a brand new show, Buddies Night Out, the show for you and your friends to win fabulous prizes. But you win only if you answer questions we ask you correctly. To be part of the show, you should know the numbers by now. Type BUDDIES, Buddies, to your favorite network, AfriCell 2020-200, QCell 30-30-300, Chromium 60-60-600, and Gamcell or 999-0909. And we will call you back. Make sure you have 4 friends ready to participate. Talk to you soon.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Women's Magazine, a program that empowers women to achieve their development targets. In tonight's edition, we'll bring you a presentation on human trafficking and child abuse at a day seminar which brought together civil society organizations and health workers. The second segment will be centered on UNDP-sponsored Convergent Stakeholders on Gender Equality that was meant to sensitize on the Gender Responsive Budget Assessment Report. I am Fatmata Simahat. Thank you for joining us.
As part of her tour activities, the American Deputy Director of Human Trafficking, Elizabeth Fields, held a session dealing with issues bordering on the international authorities. The program brought together members of NGOs and health workers to interact and have a better understanding of human trafficking and child abuse.
Coming here to talk about human trafficking and reaching out to you and letting you know that you are not alone in your fight, and that I have worked with every population you could possibly imagine in the United States. I have worked with Croatian women. I have worked with Russian women. I have worked with women from Africa, from Somalia, from Nigeria, from different countries who have come into the United States thinking that they were coming there to work, coming there for an opportunity, and then finding out that they were going to be enslaved either in sex trafficking or in labor trafficking. I work with adult victims and I work with children. My oldest victim was 58 years old and she was from Asia. My youngest victim was 8 years old, and she was a very young black girl that was sold by her own mother to the landlord. When she did not have enough money for drugs or for rent, she handed over her child to take care of this horrible habit that she had, to continue this lifestyle that she had picked for herself. So sometimes trafficking is within the family. It is not just businesses or just large agencies or organized crime where trafficking occurs. It is no different here. as I have done my research about your entire country of Africa, we are more alike than we are different. Our answers for the victims are always the same. We have issues with law enforcement. We have issues with the judicial system. Non-government organizations a lot of times feel threatened or feel confused because they're not let into every area of the investigation. And sometimes they feel like they're just not working a case with the law enforcement officer. And I hear the frustration with non-government organizations and social workers. So I want you to know, you are teaching me more than you can possibly imagine. I know that with our social worker, it took a long time to develop a very special communication that we have today. It took a couple of cases for us to get it right. But we got it right.
During her presentation, Elizabeth Fields dealt with issues that are critically relevant to the fight against human trafficking and child abuse, as most of the victims are women and children. She further said that child abuse and human trafficking do not only happen outside the country, but happen within families, something she added jeopardizes the lives of its victims.
We know that sometimes the perpetrators are husbands and our family members who are trying to make money off of the child or the person. So I want you to understand, we face the same issues when it comes to money. So how do I make money? I use the art, I use the music, I use the events to call the community to me. And in response, many companies, restaurants, and other places donate food sometimes for the events.